Hi George, I hope you're well. Really great to see that you've taken the opportunity for the 2 free essay checks. It's really good. Let's go ahead and look at them. Let's have a start with the task 2 here on changing jobs. Yeah, I can tell that you gave some really good thought to the ideas and the examples that go with your ideas for those the task response here, which was really good. The one thing I did want to note, George, is you've written quite a lot of text here. So you've written 350 words. That's 100 words over what your minimum is to write, and it's about 50 over the maximum. So I would suggest that you need to start really looking at, remind yourself that kind of keep in your mind how many sentences you need to write to make 250 words. If you handwrite something out, count the lines and find out how many lines you wrote to get to 250 words. So, for example, here, if you've written this essay out, note that you've written 350 words here, and note that you need to cut out a lot more than that. Well, about 75 words you need to cut out here, so I need to help you with that. So let's go ahead and have a read through it and see if we can help clear out some of your language. You could really start, one way you can start to begin with is here in your introduction. So remember, in the sentence guide course, we just need one sentence at the start to kind of introduce your topic, and you've put 2 here. So I would suggest taking out this sentence, which will save you about 16 words, which is a good chunk to save, and then go straight into your introduction here. Also remember, George, the introduction, you don't get as many points in the introduction, so if you can cut out any language or words, try to do it in the introduction first, because your P1, your P2 is where you're going to pick up the most of your points. So I'm going to go ahead and start here. Whether employees should remain in the same job. You don't need all here, you could just say throughout their lives, or switch. You could take out job, we know we're talking about jobs, so we could take out job there, or switch at least once, has been a topic of debate in recent decades. In my opinion, I believe that every person, we don't need to say who works, we're talking about work, so again, it's unnecessary language, we don't really need that. I believe that every person needs to change their, maybe add a pronoun, their job a minimum of once, need to change their job a minimum of once during their career in order to discover, and here maybe take out their passions, or take out this phrasing here. I think because the word count is so over, we could just say in order to discover their passions, full stop. This essay will show examples from the IMF and other sources to support arguments. Okay, George, so even just in that introduction, I've managed to reduce the word count by 26 words, which is good. It's a little closer to where we need to be, but we still have about 50 more to get rid of. So let's see if we can find some more in the P1 and the P2. To begin with, employees should drive their careers to success and fulfill their expectations. Even if employees engage in their jobs for a long time, they often fail to climb the business ladder, which is regularly the most common goal. Therefore, they must face the harsh reality of staying in the same position for years. Considering this fact, some individuals are likely to find their passions. However, this is rarely the case. Take, for instance, a recent study by the IMF that showed that 85% of the developing countries' workers have been working for the same company for the last 4 decades. Hence, their performance and self-esteem is considered low. So maybe you could take out this sentence here and just really focus on climbing the business ladder, how that is the goal. but the reality is that they stay in the same positions for years. Maybe taking out that sentence can save us some language and be more concise in your idea. And then maybe here in your idea, talk about, be specific about the statistic here and say that showed that 85% of developing countries workers have been in the same company for the last 4 decades. It's quite a long time, maybe 3 decades, and have stated that their have stated that because of this, that their self-esteem is considered low. To just kind of prove the point of why it's good to change jobs. In addition, changing jobs, plural with an S, could be gratifying in people's life. If an employee pursues, with an S, a change in his professional career, he is, usually just put a pronoun, a he or she pronoun, usually it's he, and to keep with what you've put here, his, he is more likely to find factors such as better environment. You can hear, yeah, even take out some language here. You could say it is, he is more likely to find a better environment or more salary. So you can take out some language there. Hence, he is likely to drive his career with better performance. Maybe not necessary, so you could take some of that wording out. Just, I'm trying to really reduce your word count down here. Furthermore, having a new job could open up a window for wisdom and development of new skills, which later can be used to build his own business. For example, Steve Jobs, who was Apple's CEO, changed jobs on 3 occasions, and thanks to these, T-H-E-S-E, these decisions, he was able to create a successful worldwide company. This fact reinforces the importance of changing jobs and learning in each one. Good, I like your summarizing sentence here, very important. In conclusion, changing jobs, plural, should be in every employee's mind. Taking risks to find one's passion and achieving financial freedom with an own business are 2 key factors for someone's success. Good. Good conclusion there. Yeah, George, I mean, I thought your ideas were good. I thought your P2 was a little stronger. Maybe your P1 was a little weak. But I think the main thing here is just trying to get your word count down. So think about where you've put in, see where I've given some suggestions where you've put in maybe some extra language that we don't need, or extra sentences that we don't need, and try to reduce that down. Let's look at your task 1. Good, George. Just read through your task 1. I thought you did a really good job of answering the task response. You gave all the relevant information. Asked lots of relevant questions. Maybe too much. I mean, we have 204 words, which is maybe 25 over what we really need. But let's go ahead and have a read through it. My name is George Aylman from Mexico. I'm a mechanical engineer and I'm in my early 20s. As you may know by now, good transitional phrase there. And very colloquial, great. I will travel to Brighton, UK to study English, and I have decided to take your accommodation offer. No, you could take that out. You could just say, kind of, it's unnecessary language. We know what you're talking about there. So you could take out a couple words there. And I've decided to take your accommodation offer, full stop. To begin with, I wanted to know if there are any special requirements for entering, instead of by entering, for entering the UK, as I am a non-European citizen. Also, I would like, instead of will, I would like to know about the weather of the region, as I want to avoid an overloaded baggage with unnecessary clothing. Food is an important issue for me, so can you describe to me some of the most common meals that are served in England? In addition, just thinking, did you use provide a lot? I'm not sure. In addition, can you provide me some briefing? Maybe you could just say, in addition, can you brief me, just to reduce some of your language, and then also to reduce you using provide so many times. In addition, can you brief me about your home rules and traditions, as I want to have some insights about what to expect on my arrival. Finally, is it possible for you to send me the bank holiday schedule of England, as I want to plan in advance my local trips throughout the region. Lastly, I will arrive in Brighton. We've already said UK here, so you don't have to repeat that, so you could just say I will arrive. Maybe you don't even need Brighton, UK at all. You could say I will, but be too specific, I think that is good. I will arrive in Brighton next Monday at 9 AM by train. I would appreciate it if you could send me your address so that I can go directly to my temporary home. Faithfully, George Aylman. Good, I thought this was a really good letter. You had lots of ideas, maybe too many ideas in there. It's great that you've had such a range of ideas, though, so it shows off your knowledge and your range of vocabulary, which I also thought was good. Just be mindful you're a little over the word count. Okay, George, we've come to the end of the extra checks, so I hope you found these 2 extra ones useful and good to have some extra practice. I think you're there or thereabouts on your scoring for the IELTS exam. Maybe I still think you could use a little more practice just to make sure that you get your word count down. One thing. 2, the other thing you really still need to focus on is still making sure that your ideas that you come up with are 100% relevant to the task response, particularly in your task 2. And then I don't know at this stage how long it's taken you to write these essays. So that's the other thing you still need to focus on, is making sure you can write these level of essays within the 60-minute time frame. Considering you're writing over the word count here, at least today, I am a bit concerned that you're having enough time to write these essays. So those are probably my 3 main areas of focus for you still, is just making sure you're 100% relevant to the task response, you're writing a little bit less on the word count, and but otherwise your coherence and cohesion is good, your range of vocabulary is good. Very few grammatical things. Every now and again you have some issues there, but nothing too major. Good, I hope this extra essay check was helpful. You know, it would be, I think, useful for you to keep practicing up until the date you take your exam. We have some more essay checks if you want to do them. I'll send you some details about that, or you can just continue practicing on your own. But I do think it is essential that you keep practicing regularly your English writing up until the date of the exam, because you will lose a lot of your knowledge if you just stop now. So that's my advice for you, George. Alright, it's been really good to work with you. I hope you've learned a lot. Let us know if you're interested in the extra essay checks. I'll send you the details of. Otherwise, all the best on your exam, and do let us know how you get on. Alright, George? Bye for now.